Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're talking Phono Stage here. This is the Mobile Fidelity StudioPhono Phono Stage, which is both MM and MC. I'm spending a bit of time on Phono Stages here in my reviews because I believe the Phono Stage is an integral part of your turntable source. And here's why. When grooves are cut in the LP, the highs are boosted up by about at least 20 dB, and the low frequencies are cut down by about 20 dB in the 20 hertz range or so. So the Phono Stage's job is to re-EQ and reverse that curve, which involves lowering of the high frequencies and boosting of the bass and low frequencies to the original intended signal form. After that, it has to amplify the level of the signal to the line stage level to feed into your integrated amp or preamplifier, as you would do so with other sources like your streamer or CD player, etc. But remember, this is done involving very small voltages, from low voltage output moving coils that are as low as 0.2, 0.25 millivolts to higher high output moving magnet cartridges that have outputs of 7 millivolts, which is still, in the grand scheme of things, still very low compared to line stage levels. So the quality of this re-equalization and the amplification of that signal depends on very well executed phono preamplifier, good design execution, and high quality components. And that's why it's key to have a good phono preamp. So again, we're talking about my budget reference, the Mobile Fidelity StudioPhono. Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs, they need no introduction to the seasoned vinyl-loving audiophile. They're one of the popular mastering labs and labels that have been releasing original master recorded LPs for quite a while now. So these guys really know what they're doing. So talking about this specifically, it comes in a very small form factor. The front face is quite simple. It has a mono button if you're using mono records, which trust me, this mono switch is pretty indispensable if you have a lot of mono records. Not that without that you won't be able to play mono records. Of course you will be able to, but it just sounds better with the mono switched on. Your subsonic filter here is a rumble filter essentially, and on the back you have the power inputs, RCA inputs, grounding screw, and outputs. That's as simple as that. Now the back of the unit, underneath the unit, is you have a set of 12 switches. These are dip switches used to select the correct impedance loading and gain loading. So the input capacitance for MM is fixed at 100 picofarads. The gain settings are in 3 steps: 40 dB for your regular moving magnet, 46 dB for your high output moving coils in the range of 2 millivolts or so, and then 60 dB for your low output moving coils. So anything above 0.35, 0.35, 60 dB will provide sufficient gain to do so. Then you have impedance loading for MC coils, and that's variable from 100 ohms to 47,000 kilo ohms in steps of 100, 500, 1,000, and 47,000 kilo ohms. So that's about the settings. Let's talk about how this guy sounds. Also, this Phono Stage sells for $350 new. I've owned this Phono Stage for a few years now, probably a little over 2 years. And when I bought it, it was actually about $300 USD. Since then, the price has gone up, and now it costs about $350, but still a phenomenal bargain for the money. That's what I feel, my personal opinion. So in the span that I've owned, this has seen several turntable tone arm combinations and cartridge combinations. Anything from a humble Pioneer PLX 1000 direct drive turntable all the way up to your VPI Classic, your VPI Traveler, your Rega Planar 3, the older Rega Planar 5, and the Rega Planar 8, and the Rega Planar 10. And it's seen cartridges ranging from your Audio Technica 80, the humble 89, I believe it is, the VM95E MLSH models, moving magnets like the Clear Audio Maestro Wood. It has also seen some expensive moving coils fixed to this. We're talking Dynavector 20X2 L XX2 Mark II, and even the Koetsu Black. The sweet spot I found for this is when I matched it with the high output moving coils like the Dynavector 10X5 and the Hana SH. Those shined really well with this Mobile Fidelity StudioPhono. So now let's talk about some albums so I can demonstrate what I feel my sonic impressions are. This album here is by Kenny Burrell, introducing Kenny Burrell. This is a Tone Poet re-release, and this showcases the elements of dynamics and sweet mid-range that this Phono Stage is capable of doing. My favorite tracks are the last two tracks here in this album, Delilah and Blues for Skeeter. So the song Delilah starts off with the conga drum, the tapping of the conga drum, and the sound just leaps forward. Dynamics are superb. And then you have Paul Chambers starting his bass up, and then Kenny Burrell enters with this sweet, sweet sounding guitar. It sounds full, lush, and creamy, and really warm. Earthy sounding, warm guitar strumming. It just sounds really pleasant, guys. That's how vinyl is supposed to sound. And it makes you forget about these hi-fi terms like frequency extension and soundstage and soundstage depth and width and all that. It has all that. It has a very decently organized soundstage, very decent depth, but the tone density in the mid-range is beautiful here. So that's Delilah, and then the next song is Blues for Skeeter, which is essentially a drum solo between the conga drum and the regular drums, where we have Kenny Clark playing the regular drums. This is a good album to showcase the dynamic elements of this MoFi StudioPhono. So next up we have Dexter Gordon's Swingin' Affair. This is a Music Matters Jazz release, MMJ release of this Blue Note album. And one of my favorite songs here, all the tracks here are superb. Don't Explain, that's a song, Dexter Gordon on the tenor sax. Man, the tenor sax, the saxophone sounds gorgeous on this too. The mid-range this is a record to showcase beautiful mid-range. The sound of his saxophone again here is warm, earthy, and this is one of the phono stages I find that you just sometimes have a song or two in mind for an album, but you end up playing the entire album, and then you want to play albums by the artist consecutively, other albums by the artist consecutively. This just sucks you into the music and makes you forget about those audiophile terms and just gets you into the music, yet giving you this good balance. It has great frequency extension, but this tone density is where this constantly gets me, and it really is a satisfying listen. Next up, we have Dire Straits' album Making Movies. Or this is an original master recording by Mobile Fidelity Labs, and this one's a double 45 album. Man, so this is also so well recorded, and my favorite track, one of my favorite tracks, I like them all, but Skate Away is song, and man, this starts with percussion, and there's body and dynamics that you feel and hear, and it is solid. And this MoFi does a great job there, and the vocals here, Mark Knopfler's vocals come in strong, earthy, just everything is together. It's put together really well, and there's frequency extension in the bass, and the drumming's great, but the mid-range here again is spot on, and it's a real pleasure to listen to. In conclusion, guys, I think the StudioPhono here is a fantastic bargain for the money. Yes, as you go up the price range, you will experience better instrument separation, more air around the instruments, more pinpoint soundstage organization and all that. But as far as the basics of mid-range and tonal density, this will take you there, and it might leave you satisfied. For a lot of people, this might just leave them satisfied for a long time. This is their entry-level StudioPhono. They also have an Ultraphono that has an improved MC and MM version. I think it's quieter than this one. I have not heard it, but I've read that it's a quieter version of the StudioPhono. It also has a headphone output for those of you who listen to headphones a lot. Again, like I said, the sweet spot here for this guy is the high output moving coils like the Dynavector 10X5 and the Hanna SH. It did really well. It did really well with the Clear Audio Maestro Wood 2, which I believe was about a 3.6 millivolt output for a moving magnet. I tried the expensive moving coils as well. I think those expensive moving coils, like the Riga Feta 2 and the Koitsu Black, the Dynavector XX2 Mark II, the 20X2 L2, those guys probably need to be paired with little more phono stages that are a little more quieter and are able to give you all the benefits of a lower output moving coil as far as air separation, etc. But if you're on a budget and you got $350 to spend on a dedicated phono stage, this will get you there. Really, really good sounding phono stage. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. That'll really help me out a lot. I'm going to do a couple more phono stages because I'm in that phono stage kick groove, if you want to call it, and there's more to come. Thank you again.